Some weird stuff going on with the lighting in that shot. Jump back. Last jump back sequence of the game. I think I forgot to look at it, but there's that placard there that I just walked over, and that's sort of like the this floor number, and it's like 4,050,000 something. So it's just like this thing is an insanely tall structure. Bam! I love how it just instantaneously kills all the traitor guards.
This madness will not stop it, and neither will you.
Tainted Psyker teleports away. So I kill the rest of these bloodbetters. Guys. We're just interrupting them. I think one of the reasons that there was no Dreadnought was they didn't really have a Dreadnought model until they actually did the Dreadnought Assault DLC. Which is still the best multiplayer mode, and still should have been a multiplayer mode that it launched with, frankly. I think there would be a lot more people still playing it. Coming up on the second time I die. It was just a... I don't know how I managed to get myself overwhelmed by this.
Your brothers thought the same, traitor. Their corpses lie
But never die the same way twice.
Your brothers thought the same, traitor. Their corpses.
So that was more even more traditional fighty fight to the end at this point. Stupid Chaos Wasp thing shows up here. I think there were a handful of servo skulls in this last section, but I can't remember what story they were telling. I think it was more stuff with the Inquisitor talking about the power source.
For the final glory of chaos!
See, if I kept the Thunder Hammer, I would not be able to use any of the cool weapons.
Hold the door! Kill the weak! Ultra each target! Target acquired!
Seems like Chaos guys, you can see when they die, they don't really have any sort of animation right before they die, which is a bit kind of sucks, frankly. So, walking through empty rooms. You know, I just think from pure design standpoint, walking through empty rooms should never be a thing that happens.
There's much blood on mine. For all those you have killed. For Sidonus. And for the Emperor. I will finish this.
I think it was this time around, hearing Titus say that, it almost sounds like he's saying that Nemiroth killed the Emperor, which is absolutely not true. Not the case. I think they probably needed another draft or so to figure that out.
I am Nemiroth, your herald and champion.
Should have been like maybe for the Emperor and for all of those you have killed.
In your darkness, you challenged me to recover.
Yeah, so when I played through this section, I thought when the recording failed, I died like 6, 7, 8 times. I died a lot trying to do this last fight.
Claim it as their own. Lie dead at my
Because I mean, it's this fairly difficult arena fight if you don't have a method figured out. Which I finally figured out, so it's not as hard. But I still do die once this go through. But yeah, the melta gun is absolutely invaluable.
I return your dark relic to you. I offer up this world and all those upon it. I ask for the reward that was promised.
You want to talk to your gods?
I will send you to them. Admit it, Titus. The power of chaos is within you, calling to this relic. Imagine the Ultramarines dominating this galaxy in glorious conquest, with you at their head. Imagine the power you could wield.
As a slave to chaos, nothing you say could tempt me from the path of honor, or from avenging the deaths of my battle brothers.
Alright, here we go.
You are no threat to me now, Ultramarine!
How's it going? Part of me thinks that maybe I should have been held on to it longer, but it's really only good for short range combat.
Nothing can stop my ascension! Grant me your favor. Corrupt my flesh. Make me demon-kind.
I love all the particle effects going on around Emeroth.
The true
As you can't see them right now. But we'll be able to see them again in a second. There's something... I just suddenly realized that there's a slight parallel to the ending of Thief. Not the new Eidos Montreal version, but the original Looking Glass version. Where you've got this, you know, dark ritual going on that you have to interrupt. But of course, where in Thief you have to just sneak up and replace the MacGuffin. To stop it here, you gotta fight a whole bunch of things. Yeah, see, they just kind of, they scream and they blow up, but they just don't, like, do anything really cool. Unless you do the finishing move. Then they have, if you do a finisher on them, then they have kind of a cool thing.
Have you looked
And here's why I held onto the plasma gun.
Captain Titus? You opened a gateway to the Chaos Realm. Already, our legions are powerful.
The slave of the false emperor was trying to save this planet from one invasion. Instead, he ushered in
Probably shouldn't have taken the time to do that execution.
Your pathetic Imperial forces will be scoured clean from this world.
Goodness, here comes the last time I died.
entire invasion fleet will cross into this reality.
Okay. So then I do this fight again, but without dying.
challenged me to recover this fragment of your power. And I have done so. The slaves of the false emperor, who dared claim it as their own, lie dead. I return your dark relic.
Skipping cutscene.
You are no threat to me now, Ultramarine!
I think one thing that I noticed watching you play back is I always tend to go for the 3 strikes, then heavy strike stunner thing, and I don't use like the lighter stuns just to give myself some space. It's also another thing. There's a lot of, it's kind of a shame. It's like the barks for, especially most recently, like the tainted or traitor guard guys. They basically say the exact same stuff that the orcs do, which is kind of dumb. They say Ultramarines and Space Marines. At least like the actual Chaos Space Marines have some more shit to talk. Yeah, and then you see the particle effects around them are off there.
You opened a gateway to the
It's a pretty cool, good smoke effect.
Already our legions are pouring through.
For a second I thought the bloodletter had walked into the Psyker's blast there and gotten hit, but it was actually me shooting with the gun.
Soon, my entire invasion fleet will cross
These
into
Eternal
this
Champion dudes
reality.
do not get stunned. I let them recharge their armor, which was done with me. There we go. Right now we're down to like the final boss fight, which, as you'll see in a second, is kind of terrible.
Killing my servants matters little. I am unassailable. The gods of chaos protect me with the very energies of creation.
You forget, Nemeroth. I am no stranger to the touch of the warp.
So it seems like this might have been cool, but then it just turns into just this really lengthy, well, it's not super lengthy, but it's just a long QuickTime event, and it's not even a very complicated QuickTime event. It's just kind of dumb, and it was, as far as I know, it was always this way. It was like, actually, it was like one point, somebody, I think one of the PC testers had debugged to the final fight, and told the guy on my team that how terrible the fight was, and I was like, it can't be, that's got to be like placeholder or something. And then by the time it was actually playable all the way through, I got to it, and I was like, oh man, that is seriously lame. And it is, it's, as you can see, it's
If it takes
really
1,000
lame.
years, I will rise again and take my vengeance upon all land.
I mean, not even, it's like I'm not even, didn't even cut off his arm. Should have cut off his arm or something. It should have been some gradual dismemberment of him.
Find your arms open in welcome. A true son.
So it's like you punch him until you recharge up your fury, and then you press another button, and then it just basically turns into a cutscene for a second. It's, I don't know, it's kind of... I think if there had been something more along the lines of the fight with the war boss, I think it would have been way better. But I think even regardless of how good the game was, I mean, the game could have been like 100 times better than it was, but if we had still had this as the last boss fight, it still would have just left everybody coming at me with like, oh, well, that was fucking lame. So I don't know why they didn't do something about this boss fight. But it does lead to this one kind of cool moment in it, which is coming up in a second. Here it is. Just crushing his head with your bare hands. It's kind of cool. But it could have been better.
Look there, Ultramarine. You have saved this world. I see the Ultramarines are human, after all.
More than you know, Lieutenant.
It's Black Templars.
Inquisition is here.
Excuse me.
His injuries appear chaos inflicted. You are certain of this charge?
Captain Titus has been corrupted by Chaos, Inquisitor Thrax.
I am no heretic.
You lie! Only an agent of chaos could withstand such warp exposure.
I sent the demon to oblivion.
But did you have unholy assistance? We must know. You will submit to my authority, Captain, or the Inquisition must conclude that you have corrupted every Ultramarine under your command, not to mention those who stand at your side.
Ignore his threats. Come on.
The Inquisition will destroy you, Mira. And the Ultramarines will be forever dishonored. Leave my brothers and the Lieutenant alone. I will come with you. I do not know why I can resist the touch of chaos, but I swear I will discover the truth.
We will discover many truths, Space Marine.
Codex Astartes leaves no room for doubt. You cannot touch the warp and emerge unscathed.
The Codex Astartes is a set of rules. They guide us, shape us as Ultramarines, teach us to hold duty and honor sacred above all. But how we live with those rules is the true test of a Space Marine. And you have failed.
It does seem odd that they let him keep his gun when they're taking him into custody. So that's Space Marine. Obviously it ends on sort of there's a degree of a to be continued going on with the ending, and there was originally a 3-game plot going on, especially investigate Ultramarines, Captain Titus for evidence of heresy, and there were supposed to be, it was kind of mapped out as a trilogy, and I don't know any of the details for what was going to be Space Marine 2 and 3. But then it was the 2 and 3 got canceled the week before Space Marine even came out, which was, and this was based off of projected Metacritic, not actual Metacritic, because there hadn't been any reviews yet. So I think everybody in QA was kind of pissed off about that, because everybody in QA thought it was a really good game. But I know THQ was what THQ was at the time. My hopes for Space Marine 2 was that obviously Captain Titus being as resistant to the warp as he is, Relic Test Lead Wes Trevor, nice guy. But yeah, my storyline and gameplay hopes were that it was going to turn out that Titus was something of a latent psyker, and so then brought in, basically inducted into the Ultramarines Librarian Corps or something, and then you would have some of the gameplay, the Librarian gameplay that was in the old, like, design docs when there were going to be the multiple classes that you could select and play as. That they would expand that to there, and then maybe even add in some more RPG-ish elements for Space Marine 2. And I don't know what would have happened with Space Marine 3. So I'm gonna talk over the credits a bit, I guess. Just maybe call out people's names. Thank anybody who watched this. Thank you for watching. I know not many people did. Because my YouTube stats definitely don't lie on that front. And I know that this last part was a long time coming, so if you came back, thanks for coming back to watch it. credits are... They're a long, kind of a long beast, and it takes a while to get to anybody. You know what? I'm not going to talk over the credits. If you want to watch the credits, you can buy the game and play through the game and watch the credits. But I think I'm going to end it here. This was Dave. I'm Dave, or you can follow me on Twitter at DKesrich. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Fafford42. I'm doing a lot of dev diaries recently for a game that I'm working on that I'm not going to do games that I worked on Let's Play on, because it's just a Android puzzle game. I'm maybe going to do another games that I worked on and do Darksiders, but I don't know. Literally, I've got the most views any of these videos have gotten has been about 40. So I don't know if it's really worth my time or the effort to try to keep going with these. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and reshare or whatever, and have a nice day. Good night, or good afternoon, or whatever.